Hey guys, welcome to another diagnostic episode. Today I'm going to show you how to remove the pins from different connectors. You see, I have provided different connectors with different shapes and different structures because many times you have to remove the pins from the connectors. If that pin is broken or is actually too dirty, you have to remove the pin either for replacing the pin or sometimes just to use the contact cleaner to clean the pin because you don't have a good contact. So sometimes removing the pin is really easy because of the connector itself, but sometimes it's really challenging. So that's why I have provided different connectors for you guys, from the most easiest one to some of the difficult ones, even this one, actually some of them which are waterproof connector, which you can find it normally on the engine compartment, or different other shapes. Normally you can find some pin removal tools in the market. They are okay, but most of the time I just use these small screwdrivers. They're smaller ones. They are really reliable. I have created some other tools for myself as well, but you can use either these ones or the other tools in the market. But it's really important to use the correct one with the correct size, so you won't damage the connector itself. Okay, even if you are using this one, you have to use the one with the correct size, which can remove the pin without damaging the connector itself. Okay, let's start from the easiest one. You will find this connector on many places. Many will like the fuse boxes, like interior fuse box. Actually, one of the easiest one. You see the pins here. There is one lock at the top, which is holding the pin in place. So you see the pins. This is the pin, and there is a lock at the top. So I need to insert the tool in there and lift the lock. Then I can remove the wire from the back. If I go for this, for example, I insert this one in there, I lift the lock, and I can remove the pin. See? So what I did, so here is where you have the lock seated. Okay, lock is gonna sit in there. So what I did, I insert the tool in there, I lifted the lock, and then I remove the wire from the back. Okay, so if you look now inside the connector, maybe you see that tiny white thing that I'm just trying to move right now. That's exactly the lock. So you see the locking for any other pins as well. So insert this one there, lift the pin, and remove this one from the back. And if I want to put it back, just same orientation. This one should be at the top too. So just like this. And let's hear the click sound. This is the one. So it's seated in there again. See, it's not coming out anymore. So this is one of the most easiest one. Let's go to another one which is a bit more complicated. So this one is one waterproof connector. So first of all, to reach to the lock, you have to remove the white section. Okay, you have to remove the white section. So I lift this one up just like this. Okay, so you need to remove this one, and from here take it out. Just make sure you do it really carefully, so you don't want to break this one. So if you have a good look, now I have a lock down there. So this is the down there. So this is the lock. So for example, for this one, if I want to remove this black, which is for this pin, I insert the tool in there because I have the lock back there. Oh, sorry, I have the lock down there. Okay, there we go. See, this is my pin for this. Same when I insert this one, you gotta be careful. This is where your lock is gonna sit, okay? Because of the shape of this connector, this place should be pointed downward. Okay, we hear the click sound, so it's not coming out anymore. So I can put this one back in there. There we go. Let's try another one, another waterproof one. So first of all, we have to remove this white protector. So I start from this section and this one, remove it carefully. Don't want to break it. And the other side. Okay, done. This is the protector. Then I see the pins, and for these ones, yeah, see, I have the pins all down there. If you can see, these are the locks, so I can lift them up. So if I go for one of them, like the first one, I insert the tool in there, lift up. Okay. Yeah, there you go. This is what I meant. Similar to the previous pin, but the connector is quite different. Okay, and just take care. This is how it's supposed to sit inside the connector, and pin lock is gonna sit in here. Okay, so let's put it back. Okay, see, seated in there. And I put this white protector back in place. Done. Shall we start the other one? This one is actually one of the complicated ones. It's got one cover at the top, and if we remove this one, you see what's going on underneath. It's okay. So these are your pins, but the interesting part, you see, these are my wires, and for the pins, I got one lock on the inside. This is a lock for the pins, and this is another retainer here. So I need to move this one back, and at the same time the other one, to be able to remove the pin. So this is the wire. See, this one and the other one. The other one is still seated there. Okay, so see, it's coming off. You see that? So this is one of them and the other one. Okay, you need to push both of them back and see the pin is coming out already. Do you see that? I'm removing the pin. Yep. Okay, it's very long one. So this is how your pin looks like. You have one of your retainers is gonna sit here, and you see the other side, you have another. Oh, okay. So this one comes with two retainers, two locks. If I want to put it back, same orientation like this. Okay, and keep going. So see here. Done. Now it's seated. Okay. So, oh, I need to put this one back on as well. I got one more different connector, and as you see, I got something here that I need to remove first. So I grab one of these tiny screwdrivers again. Just make sure you don't break it. Do it so carefully. Okay, this is the one. Okay, so try to see, it's not coming off yet. So what am I gonna do? These are your pins, and there is a lock in here for each one. So I need to, it's like that. I insert this one there to release the lock. Then I can remove the pin. Again, put this in the connector, and it's seated like this in the connector, and I got a lock here to hold the pin. So I insert this one in there, lift the lock, and remove the pin. I put it back, yeah, and then there we go. Here is another connector, quite different from the other ones. So I remove this first. Okay. Then you see the pins. After removing this one, everything is much easier. So you see, for any of them, you have the lock right there. For any of them, you have the lock right there. So you need to insert the tool over there and lift it up. So you can see that from here as well. So see what I do. I insert this one there. Yeah. This is how it looks like. Yep. Nothing really complicated, really easy. I put it back on. Done. This one should be seated like this. Different connector, again the waterproof one. So you see the pins here, but there is something here that you need to remove first. Okay, I try to lift it up with just the screwdrivers. Okay, this is the one, and I got the pins there again with small lock in there, so I can put this one and remove the pin. Again, see, lock is seated here, so this is what you got there. Let's go for another one. Another waterproof. So first of all, I need to remove this one. I try to find different connectors with different shapes so you see how they look like. So for this one, again, lift this one cautiously, remove the white protector first, and then you see the connector. Again, I got all the pin retainers there. Do you see these ones? This is the one, okay? So I insert this one there. Yeah, there we go. So this is the one. Let's put this one back and go to the next one. Make sure you hear the click sound when you install the pin back. I have this one quite different, very tiny holes here. Obviously you cannot reach to any lock from the top, so that's the tricky one. So if you look at the connector from the side, you see one section here and the other protector there. So I need to pull this one out and the other one. So from here, okay, one of them for one side. You can do that for the other side pins as well. Okay, so it's going to be like this. Okay, it's going to be like this. So this connector is quite different. Instead of inserting the tool from the top, so you got something here. Okay, so you have to push it down, then you're able to remove the pin. So I push this one a bit down. I grab the wire first. I push this one a bit down on the connector, and you see connector is moving now. So you see the connector is moving. It's gonna sit here as well again. So it means that you need to push that retainer from here first, and then you do it here as well. Okay, I'm gonna do it here as well, and then I'm able to remove the pin. So this was actually what I was trying to, yes, you can see that this was the one I was trying to push. So this one is gonna, it's something like a springy lock. Is coming up all the time and it holds the pin in place. So you push this one down, then you can remove the pin from the back. So I put it back. Done. See, it's not coming out anymore. Lock it. And I got one more, similar to the other one. So I remove the white protector first. So I see all the pins here. So I grab one of them. Just like this, and lift the lock. This one is a bit tricky. You need to make sure that that pin retainer is completely lifted, otherwise you cannot remove the pin from the back. There we go. Done. Okay. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. From my point of view, it's not really important what type of tool you guys are using to remove the pins. I'm more comfortable with this. You can use the other tools in the market, but whatever you guys are using, you want to make sure that you don't break anything in the connector. As long as they come with correct size, as long as you do it so carefully, you don't damage the pin, you don't damage the connector, that's fine. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Please don't forget to like the video or share it with your friends, and put your experience on the comment, so everyone knows what was your challenges to remove the pins, or if you got anything interesting, share it with us and with other friends. Thank you very much.